Hi everyone, and welcome to a bite-sized pickups. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I thought let's get this out of the way. I'm quite busy today, so I've got a few things to do, and I need to get them all done. And I needed to get this little pickups video out of the way. So I've got free run of the rest of today. I'm doing a bit of shopping because I'm going with my daughter, her partner and grandkids to what they call Freeport. It's like a local designer outlet, not a designer outlet, but like an outlet. And yeah, doing a bit of Christmas shopping because let's face it, it's like 2 months away. And I know some people frown upon that. You shouldn't be doing it till December, get in the spirit of it. Now, it stresses me out nowadays. I get too stressed out. I never know what to buy anybody. And if I leave it while last minute, I'll be proper stressed. So I ain't doing it. I'm going to do it as quick as I can, get it out of the way, and then Christmas is stress-free. Anyway, Christmas isn't on us yet, but it is like Christmas, or it has been like Christmas at my house, getting all these parcels. I've bought, it's all 8-bit stuff, it's all Commodore, so as usual, if you're not interested in that, you might as well turn off. I bought, 6 games separately on eBay, and then I bought a bundle off eBay. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. Worked out, it was about £10, just over with postage. So, we're looking at just over £1 for each game. I'm not quite sure when I got it. I'm looking through and I'm thinking, which game did I actually get it for? I believe it's the first one. They're all Commodore 64 games, these, as you can well imagine. And this is a Mastertronic game. This is the Captive. And I think I bought this bundle for this game because I've never heard of it. I've never even seen it. So I've just no idea what it is. By the screenshots, I'm assuming it's some kind of like RPG. Even though that cover doesn't really scream RPG. I don't know. I've never heard of it. Obviously, I've never seen it. So, but I just thought it's to me, it seemed like it was one of the rarer titles. I don't know if it is or not. But yeah, I mean, for just over £1, I thought that was worth it. And the next game in the bundle, this is by Task Set. This is Seaside Special. I'm assuming that is a screenshot. I have no idea what game this is. Again, it's a game I've never heard of. I've fucked up the cassette label because on this one there was a sticker, just a little sticker there, and I sprayed WD-40 all over it, and it's ruined it. Yeah, I'm a bit heavy-handed with the WD-40. Instead of just getting the cotton bud and just putting it over the label, I squirted it on. Anyway, it is what it is. It's done. No point crying about it. This one's got a little bit of a cracked cassette. I could do a case replace. I do need some more cases anyway. This is a Cody's game. This is For Soccer. It's For Soccer Simulator, sorry. It's one of those where there's like 4 different types of football games. Don't know if any of them are any good. I've never played it. Next we've got a Mastertronic Added Dimension release. Pretty self-explanatory from the cover. This is called Strike. It's a 10-pin bowling game. As you can see, it's kind of an isometric view on the bowling lanes. The best 10-pin game I played on the Commodore 64 is called 10th Frame. I think it'll buy US gold. And that's got the view from behind your player. It's a really good 10-pin bowling sim. Not that I don't think there's all that many about on the Commodore. but in my opinion that is the best one I've played. Again, we've got Mastertronic, though this is their Entertainment USA label. This is Los Angeles SWAT. It's a shooter. It's like a top-down. It's not bad. It's not bad. You know, we're talking a budget release here. Pretty enjoyable. Certainly not the worst budget game released. Next, we've got Bobsleigh, and this is on the Bite Back label. I'm not sure who owns Bite Back, though the original release looks like digital integration. This is Bobsleigh. The Bite Back logo is a snake, cobra, is it, or something? Yeah, it's a bobsleigh game, bobsleigh simulator. I have only played on one bobsleigh type of game, and that one included, it's either Winter Games or Winter Sports. They've got like a bobsleigh, you know, game on that as part of the old games, and that were quite good. Don't know how that plays. This one it's Beach Buggy Simulator on the Firebird. Obviously I have this already. Beach Buggy Simulator. It's nothing special. Back to Mastertronic. This is on the Mastertronic Plus. God knows how many side labels Mastertronic had. But this is Super Stock Car. I don't own this one. I don't own a lot of these in this bundle, so, you know, even though some of them are not really exciting titles, the titles I don't own, so they'll go nicely in collection. Looks like a top-down kind of racer. I'm pretty sure I own this. I mean, I would imagine any Commodore 64 owner owns this. Finders keepers. One of the very early, one of the first, I think it was one of the first Mastertronic releases. It's a platformer. Don't think it's a bad platformer. It is for a budget label. And then again, this is another one I own. That Firebird one and this one, they're just gonna get moved on. And this is on the alternative software range. This is Road Trooper. Road Trooper's it's not a common game to get hold of by alternative. There's maybe only one or two on at a time per week, so I might get a couple of quid for that. I may even be greedy and try and get my own money back for that bundle with that game and Beach Buggy Simulator. The Beach Buggy Simulator is 10 a penny. They're all over the shop. Oh, I can't beat a cup of tea on the morning, people. So the next 6 games are single purchases from eBay, and I've got some. I believe I've got some good titles here. Got a couple of alternative software releases, which I showed the TMB lads. I made a list of what titles I've got left to get for the full set, or I believe the full set. And I've ticked 3 off here. It's one of the things you don't see something for you know, a good year or so, and then 3 come along at once, like buses. But first we'll start with an Atlantis title. Atlantis, budget label, really not very good label, to be fair. This one, I've never seen this one before on Atlantis. So this is Survivors. Nice cover, actually. Real nice cover, nice artwork. Hard to tell what kind of game it is. I mean, without my glasses, it looks similar to Boulder Dash, but I don't think it is. I'm just looking because it looks like the boulders there. So, in fact, we'll go through the non-alternative first. Next, we've got iTech software, and I don't see this come up very often, and on that title, on that range, and this is Boulder Dash IV, whatever number that is. I still don't know my Roman numerals, so you'll have to tell me. Boulder Dash IV. This is it's a great game. Is Boulder Dash. This one looks a little bit different to the original Boulder Dash. The original Boulder Dash were very full of boulders and diamonds. It looks a bit more platformy. I don't know. This does come with a construction kit as well, to make your own levels. I never used to bother with them construction kits. I think it was Kickstart 2 had its own level creator. I could never be bothered. Now I think Mr. Judge Drock recommended this one to me, and he linked it, and he says, "I'm sure it's this one." He'll correct me if I'm wrong. Will Mark. And he says, I think he found this one, one of the harder titles to get on the players range, and he linked it to me, and it were a good price. I can't remember, £7, something like that. But this is Prohibition, and not sure what kind of game it is. I've never played it. I'd never even heard of it until Mark had mentioned it to me, linked it to me. But yeah, I jumped straight on it. He's got the full players set, so he knows what is rare, what's hard to get hold of. Not sure if there's any really rare titles on players. Again, Mark will correct me if I'm wrong. I think players and players Premier are pretty decent set to get hold of. I don't think it's like the X Squad where you're talking hundreds of pounds for one of the rarest titles, the hardest to find title. I don't think that's the case with players. I hope not anyway. I'm getting a text from Al. I don't even know if you can see that if it comes up. I hope not. Dear. Anyway, let's move on to the alternative software. The first one, this one, quite hard to find, is Hysteria, and looks, without my glasses, looks a bit like a Golden Axe type of game. I don't know, but yeah, it's one of the harder to find titles on the alternative range, and it popped up, and I put a fair old decent bid in there to make sure I won it. This next one is part of the what they call triple decker. It's a compilation of 3 games. Though they do the foremost range of alternative, where there's 4 games on one cassette. For some reason they did a triple decker as well. This is triple decker 4. It's got Snodgets, Flying Feathers and Boing. Now weirdly, Flying Feathers and Boing I've never seen on a separate release, on their own release for alternative. So I'm not sure if they're going to be part of the alternative set. I just cannot remember. Well, I've never ever seen Flying Feathers. Don't think I've seen Boing on a separate release as well. I believe Snodgets is. Unless I'm thinking of another label, Sparklers maybe. Or anyway, yeah. I think there's 8 of the triple deckers. They're a bit random at alternative. We like the complement. There's the foremost. I'm one away from the foremost, having all those. Then you've got the classic Arcadia, and I think I've got a classic Arcadia 2, but I've never seen 1. I'm not sure what's going on, and I'm not even sure if classic Arcadia comes under triple decker as well. Very strange how they've done some of the titles. It's almost like they didn't know which way they were going with certain stuff. Next, this is a rare one, and yeah, well, absolutely buzzing to see this come up on my safe searches. It's an adventure game. It's it's a good play on the Star Trek. This is Star Wreck. And as you can see, there's like a USS Enterprise kind of ship there. So, you know, and it says USS Paralysed. There you go. Whether it's a comedy type of adventure game as in north, south, east, west, examine, pick up and all that malarkey. Yeah, Star Trek, first time I'd seen it since collecting alternative software. First time I've ever seen it come up. Again, I put a massive bid in because I didn't want that to slip through my fingers. Luckily, both Hysteria and Star Trek cost me about in the region of £8-9 each, which I was pleased about. My maximum bid was £20, which I was pretty sure should have won me those auctions, which it did. I don't think there's many people collecting for alternative software on Commodore, which is good for me because obviously, I mean, I've got the bulk of them now. There's a couple of compilation packs which are proving tricky to find. The Ginormous collection, Popeye collection, Postman Pat collection. Yeah, I haven't seen them come up at all. And there is Mooncrester, which is a re-release on the alternative software range. And there is Stainless Steel Rat Saves the World. Never seen them come up. So to me, they're the hard to find ones. They're the rare, ultra rare ones. And funnily enough, out of the list that's left to get, I've also got. I'm also watching a couple of titles. I always watch them first, just to see, you know, if they'll do an offer of some kind. I know one of them it's £15, and like I say, I've added it to my watch list, and I was hoping he or she would give me an offer of a couple of pound discount, and I'd take it. I mean, I should really not hang about, because if there is other alternative software collectors, they might jump on them and beat me to them. And these are a couple of titles that I've just, you know, have not come up. I've never seen them come up. So yeah, I might have to bite my tongue and pay the little bit extra. But it's always worth it, isn't it? You know, just adding it to your watch list and hoping that they make a little bit of an offer. Anyway, that is it. God, it's run on for 18 minutes at the minute. I was only expecting to be 10 minutes. Bite size, it's turning into pretty much a full video. Anyway, that's it for now. I haven't got many games on order, and with Christmas coming up, I need all my spare cash to buy bloody Christmas presents. So there might not be much from me for the next month or two. But anyway, hope you enjoyed those Commodore 64 games, and until next time, see you later.